So it gives you a point and a slope. And it's wanting an equation of a line. Okay? So you need to put this in slope-intercept form. Remember our y equals mx plus b. Okay? Okay, so we have an x and we have a y and we have our slope. So all we need to do is plug it in that formula. Okay? So my y is -3, so I'm going to write -3. My slope is 1/2. My x is 2. We are trying to find the b. Okay, we're trying to find the y-intercept. So from there, you're just solving. 2 times 1/2 gives you 1. Okay? Then we have a -3 over here. Okay? To solve for b, get it by itself. Yes, you're going to -1 from both sides. So -4 is equal to b. Now, the last step to put it in slope-intercept form, just plug it in the equation. We have a y is equal to our slope, which is 1/2, times x minus 4. Okay? Here we have 2 points. Okay, and we need to put this in slope-intercept form. So first of all, let's figure out the slope.
Hey, do you have Facebook?
So, first step is figure out the slope. y2 minus y1, so I'm going to have -8 minus a -3 over -2 minus a -4. Remember, 2 negatives make a positive. Okay? So I have a -8 plus 3. It's going to give me a -5. I have a -2 plus a positive 4. That's going to give me a positive 2.
Hey, it's supposed to be y minus y, you not y minus x.
Okay, so I'm going to do y2 minus y1. So I'm going to do -8 minus -4. And I'm going to do -2 minus a -3. Find the slope first. That's the first thing you got to do. Now back to what I was saying. 2 negatives make a positive. 2 negatives make a positive. Okay? If you add that together, it's going to give you a -4 over a positive what?
1.
Good. Which, if you simplify that, that'll give you a -4. So now we have m is equal to -4. Now that we have our slope, all we need to find is our what? Y-intercept. Ha ha ha. So, we can use any one of these points, and we can plug it into slope-intercept form. We can use either one. Does not matter. I'm going to use -3 and -4. All right? So, my y is -4. My slope is -4. My x, okay, is a -3. We are trying to figure out our y-intercept, or the b value. So from here, you're just simplifying. -4 times a -3 gives you what? Good. Good job, David. Okay? To get b by itself, -12 from both sides. That cancels that side out. Okay, that gives you a -16 is equal to b. Now the last step to this is,
So it would be y equals 4x.
yes, now that we have our information of the slope and the y-intercept, or b, okay? Now this is where you just write it as y equals your slope, which is negative 4x minus 6.
I'm confused. Which order of characters?
We got negative 4 as the slope, so plug it in as your slope. Minus a 16, because that's our y-intercept. Okay? Any questions? During 1 year, Malik's cost for self-serve regular gasoline was $3.20 on the 1st of June. And $3.42 on the 1st of July. Write a linear equation to predict Malik's cost of gasoline the first of any month during the year, using 1 to represent January. What does that last sentence mean, using 1 to represent January?
Why? It's the first month. 1.
It's the first month. Good. So, it's saying for June, it was $3.20. Okay, so we got a June. So for June, we got $3.20. All right. On the 1st of July, we got a $3.42.
What is this, gas prices?
Yes, gas prices. Yes. So, how do we figure out our coordinates or our points?
You minus 22 cents everything. Or add. Well, depending on which one.
Wait, isn't like 3?
It's saying we're using 1 to represent January. So, you just count your months up. Okay? So, what's the number of June? If it's January, February, March, April, May, June, which would be 6. Okay? So, June is equal to 6. July is equal to what?
7.
Aha, good job, TJ. Okay? So now we have our points. We have a 6 as our x and $3.20 as our y. For July, we got 7 as our x and $3.42 as our y. Does everyone understand how I came up with that?
Yeah.
Now that I have my points, my x and my y, if they want an equation for this, we need to, first of all, figure out a slope or a rate of change. Okay? So we would do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to do $3.42 minus $3.20, okay, over 7 minus 6. All right? That's going to give me 22 cents up top and 1 on the bottom, okay? And that reduces to 0.22. So that's my rate. That is the rate of this thing. That's my rate of change, okay? So we have a slope now. We got a m equals 0.22. Now the last thing we need to do is figure out our y-intercept, right? We need to figure out where this thing starts. So remember what I said, we can use either one of those x and y's. We can use the June or July one. It does not matter, okay? I always like to use the first one, okay, but it's up to you. So I'm going to use 6 and $3.20. My y is $3.20, so I'm going to plug that in. Okay? My slope, or my rate of change, what we just found is 0.22. My x is 6. And we are solving for B. Okay? From here, you're just working that out. What's 0.22 times 6?
132.
It's $1.32. Okay? Now, last step, get this B by itself minus $1.32 from both sides. Okay? What's 320 minus 132? $1.88 is equal to B. Okay? It's $1.88. Sorry, my decimal's not very big. There you go. Okay? $1.88. That's my B. Now, we have a slope. We have a y-intercept. We got all the information. Now just put it in slope-intercept form. Put it in the equation. Y equals 0.22 times x plus 1.88. So that is our equation. So it told us to write a linear equation to predict the Malik's cost of gasoline the first of any month. So let's say he wanted to figure out the cost of his gasoline for, I don't know, May. What month would that be? Or how would I solve that? Change what number? We have our equation right there. How can we use our equation to figure it out?
Change the X.
Good, Cameron. Yeah, just change the X to 5. Okay, because May is the month of 5. That's my birthday. It's a good month. May 4th. Okay? Does everybody understand how we did that?
Everyone has a birthday.